Hello guys, Sendou here again. So yesterday, unfortunately, I was traveling, so I couldn't make a new video. I was tired when I came home. I just wanted to chill, play some ranked, you know. But today, I'm making a video about this weapon here. It's my favorite weapon in the game. As you see, I have a quite a lot of playtime with it. And just for next week, quickly, you can expect these videos on Wednesdays normally. This is a special week, but normally it's on Wednesdays. But anyway, to this video here. So range blaster, like what is range blaster? It's a weapon in the Splatoon 2 for Nintendo Switch, and I like it quite a bit. It's not seeing a lot of play though. So you see, like, okay, I have quite a bit of playtime on range, but also I've got a bit of playtime on blaster. Almost 1.5 million ink, and with Rabbit as well, I have or 1 million ink on the regular one, and Rabbit Pro also is up there in the 500k club. But basically what I'm gonna be doing is comparing range to Rapid and Blaster in order to make you guys understand why range is seeing so much play right now, like what's really the difference between range and those weapons. And just to start with, the one thing that I think that is common for range and Luna and in general, like the nerfs to blasters in Splatoon 2 in general, is that the ink consumption is remarkably high. Like, it's so easy to run out of ink with this thing. Like, if you aren't careful, then yeah, you're gonna run out of ink. And basically what this ties to is how many actions you can do per minute, or how many actions you can do in general. And I think this is what makes it difficult, especially for new players for the weapon, is that, okay, you're constantly gonna feel like I'm running out of ink, I just don't have enough ink to do what I need to do. So maybe you end up running ink 7 main. Personally, I think this is a mistake, because while it does make that part of the weapon easier, then you're giving up on other more crucial abilities. And that's something I used to do, but now I'm running a bit different build. I can actually show it here. But like, the main thing is that you don't really need ink 7 main, but for many people they go to ink 7 main just to make it a bit easier to play, and then they're lacking, maybe they're lacking comeback, or maybe they're lacking some quick respawn, which is really helpful for this weapon since you'll be dying quite a bit. And then eventually they feel like, okay, this is just too weak for me to play. But personally, I find it completely playable without ink 7 main. It just takes a lot of practicing to do, so you know exactly what actions to do, and making sure you don't waste any time or waste any useless actions, like, okay, if I see a target, I'm gonna be hitting him, you know, so like stuff like that, or I don't know, like useless actions and try to, like, you know, oh, siren, I think, stuff like that. Another thing is that, of course, you need to have a pretty decent aim. Like, if you're not hitting any directs at all with this weapon, then it's probably not the weapon for you. Whereas when we go to blaster, you know, it's not really the same. Like, you can still do pretty well even if you never hit a direct. So I think definitely, okay, maybe I'm biased, but I think definitely the biggest reason why range isn't seeing as much play is because it's much harder to play than the alternatives. Like, if you go to Rabbit Pro, it still gets the cloud, it gets Toxic Mist, okay, that's a bit different, but still, like, long range blaster, it's not so different, you know. And I think it really is easier to play. Like, I don't think it's as hard to play as range, at least at a really good level. And you know, you don't have to worry about the ink consumption as much. You have a bit more range, and you can space yourself better, and you can, you know, you don't have to be hitting so many directs. Like, okay, it's cool if you can kill targets at short range, but on the other hand, it's not so big deal if you can't. You can still do pretty well with it, and maybe on the highest level you have to be able to, you know, make this a bit more consistent stuff. But just personally, I think, like, for people who, like, okay, I'm gonna play blaster, well, they probably gonna end up playing either blaster or Rapid. Like, those are the two main things. And then that kind of like snowballs where people say, oh, Rapid is getting played, so I'm gonna play Rapid, or blaster is getting played, I'm just playing blaster. And this is, you know, this is kind of like snowballs, and no one really picks up range and showcases the potential, because I think it's quite hard to reach that level with it. But just to quickly talk about, okay, why would you play range in the first place? What does it have over those two weapons? Because, okay, we talked about it, it's harder to be consistent with it because it's harder, so it's harder to be consistent with it. That's always a factor to consider. And okay, so compared to Blaster, you have the extra range, which I find extremely helpful in quite a few situations. Hopefully we have a good map to actually recon here. But basically, like, what you need to know about range is that it kills a lot faster than rapid, while still maintaining like a decent, like respectable range, really. So I think it especially comes to play in most like TC Rainmaker clamplets where you're pushing to their base. And with range, I think you can more easily get kills on the guys. Like, okay, when they're defending, they're gonna be like there and stuff like that. So I think range is like a specialized tool to get those kills. And you know, when you're defending here, you feel like you're pretty safe. And if a blaster kills you, they have to go all the way to here, more or less. If rabbit kills you, you have a lot of time to react. They have to hit one direct, and even then you have quite a bit of time to react. But for the range, you don't need like extreme aim. Like you can get that kill pretty easily, pretty from far. And especially now that range isn't so widely played, people get surprised by that a lot. So that's definitely one thing that I think range in general has over rabbit and blaster. And if you watch me play solo, I get quite a few kills like that. That okay, like, you know, people don't really expect you to get them so fast in many situations. You definitely get many kills you wouldn't with blaster, rabbit blaster for sure. And another thing, okay, like the main comparison here is compared to rapid, because you know that's like for the long range blasters. But another thing is like directs. Okay, like the kill time, you just never gonna get this kind of kill time with rapid. So, and overall, rapid is just different weapon to me. Like I think range is more like something. Okay, it's a bit of like hybrid Slayer. Okay, it's not like a pure Slayer. Like you most commonly don't get like crazy KDs or anything like that. You definitely can get that, but it's not like your only job. It can act kind of like Rabbit in the sense that, okay, you can still like deal damage. Like, okay, if I hit that guy once, 57, like that's one shot kill for Slosher. 63, that again, like that puts at the range for quite a few weapons. But you can also, it's not like Rapid in the sense that you can also do stuff by yourself. Like I can also, like, you know, if I direct this guy, he's dead. If I direct this guy, he's dead. And with Rapid, it's like, well, if I'm not with my teammates, then probably rest in peace me. But with range, it's more like, okay, I can be with my teammates and do stuff with them, but also I can also do stuff by myself. Because in Splatoon, okay, optimally you're with your teammates, but often, or not every time, you get to do so. So that's just like some perspective to the weapon, from my opinion. And maybe the last thing, again, just comparing it to Rabbit Pro here. Basically Suction. Personally, I'm a big fan of Suction bombs in general. Toxic Mist is map dependent to me. On some maps, Toxic Mist is like necessary, it's so strong. On some maps it's like but Suction has some utility on some maps over Toxic Mist. And yeah, I don't know, like what's to say about Suction, everyone knows what Suction does, and it's just a great spacing tool. You can get some kills with it, it paints, you know, what's there to hate. And I think that's more or less what I had to say about range. Personally, I'm gonna try to keep practicing it a bit. Hopefully I can reach a better level with it yet, and maybe showcase some unseen potential of the weapon. And maybe to close this out, I'm just gonna say one thing. Rabbit is gonna get nerfed, this weapon is not gonna get nerfed. If anything, it's gonna get buffed, so, you know, just always one thing to consider. But yeah, I think that's about for the video for the day, and hope you guys liked it. If you have any questions, leave a comment. And I'll be back next Wednesday, so please look forward to that. And yeah, thanks for watching.